Hi there, students. Preternatural, supernatural, and paranormal. Okay, these are all adjectives and nouns. The preternatural, the supernatural, the paranormal. Okay, I think in modern usage and in general usage, these words are all very similar. Okay, but maybe preternatural is just slightly different. So something that is paranormal is something that is impossible to explain by science. Something that is not natural. You can't explain it using natural forces. So clearly paranormal forces were in play. He seems to have fantastic paranormal abilities, and he can read people's minds. Okay, supernatural, caused by forces that cannot be explained by science again. Ghosts and evil spirits are supernatural. He's said to have supernatural powers and can read people's minds. And then Preternatural. Preternatural means more than is usual, more than is you find in nature. So, yes, the child was stuck under the car, and the father lifted the whole car with some preternatural strength. Okay, I'm also thinking about the pronunciation. I think you can say preternatural or preternatural. Let's see, I think preternatural is the most common, but you can also write preternatural with AE, preternatural, but preternatural is more common. Okay, so something that is more than natural, yeah? And I guess that could then be defined as supernatural or paranormal. I think probably the most commonly word is supernatural. Now, if we look at these words in terms of theology, then we can start to actually make a differentiation between them. For the Catholic Church, something that is supernatural comes from God. Yeah? So supernatural is something that God did. Whereas something that is preternatural, this is something that we can't explain with science. We can't explain how it happened with our current understanding of the world, but not from God. Okay? So supernatural from God. Preternatural, some amazing effect that we can't explain, but not from God, because there's clearly this question. I'm certain that things exist that we cannot interact with them with our senses, but why should that make that from God? There are lots of things we don't understand. So, for example, if I went back to the Stone Age and I took out a lighter and went, the caveman would be absolutely amazed. But clearly, from my point of view, to them, it looks preternatural. Yeah, it's not supernatural, although they might believe I'm a god and I'm doing some supernatural trick. Now, the word paranormal is not normally used by theologists. This is an alternative word. Paranormal is a word perhaps used by scientists just to say that this is something that we cannot explain with our current level of science or our current level of understanding of the universe. What's happened, though, is in the general culture and in general usage, all of these words have come to mean the same thing, as in something that I don't understand how it works. Yeah, I can't explain how it works. Okay, now let's see. What about formality? Okay, supernatural, 5 in formality, use it absolutely anywhere. Paranormal, yeah, I would say 5.5 in formality, use it anywhere. Preternatural, this is a more formal word, and I'd probably give it 6.5 in formality. You could just about use it in an informal conversation, but I think you'd probably want to use supernatural or paranormal. Okay, so let's look at these again. Something that is paranormal, this is linked to spirits, to ghosts, and hypnotism and telepathy and things like that. Yeah, paranormal, it's like an alternative to the normal. Supernatural is, well, okay, something that we just can't explain. And then preternatural or preternatural, something that is beyond what is normal. Yeah, outside the natural world. Okay, it's not natural. So yeah, he showed preternatural strength. I'm thinking about this scenario with the father lifting the car, because his child is trapped underneath. So I think if you said he had supernatural strength, technically God gave him the strength to lift the car. If he had preternatural strength, there was some effect that gave him massive strength that we can't explain, and he lifted it. And then he had paranormal strength. I probably wouldn't use paranormal in this phrase, but you could. And paranormal, from very similar to preternatural, some strength that came from an unexplained source or for an unexplained reason. Yeah. Okay, so I think paranormal is more a word used by people who are looking at alternative science. Paranormal is not a word used by religious people generally. Yeah, well, it can be nowadays, but the paranormal, this is some spirit or some parallel universe. So let's look at the origins of the words, because they give us some indication as well. Okay, so I'm going to start with paranormal. Para, as in parallel. Okay, so para. Next to, we can also use para to mean above and beyond, but I would like the beside, so something that's parallel to nature, an alternative universe. Preternatural, okay, above, yeah, beyond, praeter, beyond in Latin. And supernatural, okay, super, above, more than. Okay, so paranormal, or paranatural, but it's paranormal, parallel to what is normal, but we don't understand it. Preternatural, okay, higher or more beyond natural. And supernatural, okay, above, outside what is natural. Okay, but at the end of the day, I think you could probably use them probably nearly interchangeably. I think paranormal is saying some strange spirit that is not from God, yeah, is some unexplained effect. Okay, so preternatural, not from God but above nature. So he has a preternatural intelligence or a preternatural intelligence. He has a supernatural intelligence, God-given. And he has a paranormal intelligence. There's some spirit talking to him and giving it to him. So anyway, enough. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now. Supernatural, preternatural, and paranormal.